to see Chucky.
Because I have him with me.
I mean, I'm technically him.
Ow. Oh, you just freaking bumped me in the chin, Chucky.
Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing episode 4 of Chucky season 3. I'm so excited to get into this review. This review might also be a rant. I really don't want to do that. I don't want to rant throughout this video. I don't know, there were some things about this episode that I really wasn't a fan of, but I do like that this episode took a few leaps. And for me, I mean, everyone's experience of watching this episode was very different. Me personally, I think there should have been more, just a different tone. Now, I don't mind camp with Chucky. You guys already know that. I've said it in my previous videos. I don't know, there's something about this episode that I just wasn't too fond of, and I'm gonna get into those details in a minute. I've got some notes here to really
Help me.
get through this review without rambling or ranting. But before I get into it, as you guys can see, I'm dressed like Chucky, obviously, for Halloween.
Happy Halloween, you guys.
The name of this episode is called Dressed to Kill because of the Halloween gala where Jake, Devin, and Lexi come to the White House. And it's just like a whole big Halloween party at the White House. Chucky is, I want to say he's dressed like the Phantom of the Opera. I mean, that's what his costume was giving. But I do know the mask that he was wearing, the white mask, was just to cover up his wrinkles and his aging. With the first opening scene of this episode, it's just basically showing how Charlotte and this detective are still covering up the murders. The Halloween party is meant to just take the focus off of that, or I mean, there's really no focus on it currently because no one knows about these murders, but it's really to distract and to sweep the real killings up under the rug. Obviously, Chucky's gonna kill someone in this episode, or people in this episode.
I mean, he does in every episode.
His plan really through the beginning of this episode is to kill Jake, Devin, and Lexi. As I previously said in one of my previous videos, I called it, actually. I knew Chucky was planning to kill Jake, Devin, and Lexi. They can be his last 3. That was his plan. It didn't turn out that way in this episode. Obviously, Jake, Devin, and Lexi didn't die. And I don't know why I thought there was going to be cameos of legacy characters in this episode, but there wasn't. So that was a little disappointing. I mean, I think it's a major disappointment for me because I thought I was going to see Karen Barkley. Mike Norris, played by Chris Sarandon. I thought I was going to see him or someone from the past movies. I don't know. But there were no cameos in this episode. I guess there will be cameos in the part 2 of season 3, which I'm gonna get into that a little bit. My whole quarrel with the fact that they're releasing the second part of season 3 next year. It hasn't been revealed what month next year. You know, I mean, I thought it was gonna be October of next year. I hope not. I hope it's earlier than that. I hope they at least release it I don't know, in January, the start of the new year. I don't know. Because I really don't want to wait that long. And I'm pretty sure every other Chucky fan or anyone who watches the show doesn't want to wait that long just to see the end of the season.
Who wants to wait that long?
Who wants to? I get that it's because of the strike, but it just would make more sense to release the rest of this season this year. It would just make more sense. But, there's nothing we can do about it. So we just have to wait and hope for the best, really. I also believe that this season is going to be our last season for Chucky in a series. I mean, I think that the series is going to be finalized with season 3. I don't know why, I just feel like it is, just based off the promo that I saw for 2024. It just looks like the season 3 is going to be our last season of the series, and then maybe Don's going to create another movie to pretty much finish the story and finalize everything, to just basically put this franchise to an end, because it's getting out of control. Like, it's being, the fact that it's being dragged out into next year, and we have to wait till the part 2 of season 3, like, no one wants to do that. So I'm not gonna rant too much about this. I said I was gonna rant in this video, but I don't want to rant. I really don't. But I just want to make that known that, you know, I'm not too fond of that whole idea of them stretching season 3 out that long. So I don't know, maybe things will change, maybe they won't, I don't know, but there's really nothing I can do about it. But I just wanted to voice my opinion on that, and now I'm done. Okay, moving on. Tiffany is officially in prison, you guys. She does meet her guard. She's basically the guard that's going to be looking after her, I guess, in prison, or going to be just watching her, but not for long, because...
Wait, I'm jumping ahead.
Tiffany meets this woman in prison, and her name is Evelyn Elliott. I don't know who that is. I don't even know if that's a made-up...
I don't know who that is.
I don't know if she's a character and just a made-up character in this show, or if she's like a real person in real life. I don't know. But I just see her as another Martha Stewart, because when she meets this woman, she says that she's her idol, and that she loved the fact that she could learn a Swedish meatball recipe from her and everything. And this woman is a cook. Evelyn Elliott is a chef. A famous chef, kind of like a Martha Stewart. And, you know, they really start to hit it off. They really start to talk and connect, but the conversation that they have quickly turned left when this woman finds out that Tiffany killed Meg Tilly. Now, obviously, Tiffany is done holding up the whole Jennifer Tilly facade. Okay, she doesn't want to be Jennifer Tilly anymore. She wants to be herself, but obviously no one believes her. This woman is looking at her like, you're Jennifer Tilly. When Tiffany tells her that she killed Meg Tilly, she's like,
oh, you killed your own sister?
She's like,
well, she's not really my sister.
She keeps telling everyone like this, like they're gonna believe her. So that's hilarious. I think that's funny that they kept that they're keeping that sort of dynamic where no one believes that she is Tiffany Valentine, because it actually gives Tiffany a taste of her own medicine, of what it feels like to be on the other side of things when no one doesn't believe you, and just, you know, what victims go through, I guess. I don't know, but, you know, Tiffany's always playing victim anyways. After their little like conversation going left, this woman does not like Jennifer Tilly at all. So Tiffany gets a little something in the mail while she's in prison. She gets like special
treats.
And this is the part of this episode that I actually really do like, I will say. I like that they're moving forward with the voodoo aspect of the franchise. I like the fact that they're tackling this topic within the franchise. When Tiffany gets these little voodoo dolls in the mail, her plan with these things is to use them against the people in prison and just like her guard, really. So she ends up with one of the voodoo dolls. You know, she takes a cigarette that Evelyn Elliott was smoking. She sticks the cigarette in the doll's mouth to, you know, basically symbolize Evelyn. She started making this doll like try to stab itself and just hurt itself, and this whole scene to me was very, very goofy. The way that they filmed this scene where Evelyn is cooking in front of these other inmates, it just felt so like goofy and slapstick and so like comical how Tiffany was killing her. Something that Tiffany did in this scene, I was very surprised. Like, I would never imagine Tiffany doing this because it's actually kind of gross. She sticks the voodoo doll in the toilet and she has her whole hand in there just like, and that's making Evelyn like dip her head in this boiling pot of water, and like I don't know. I'm gonna say this, the effects in this episode, there were some effects that worked, the practical effects that worked when it came to the deaths, but there were some moments where the special effects just looked kind of off. Like when she lifts her face up from the boiling pot, you know, her face just kind of melts off. That did not look real. I'm sorry, that looked very fake. It didn't look as real as some of the previous deaths that happened within this series, and I don't know how to respond. Like, the umbrella death in the previous episode was way better. That was way better looking than some of the deaths in this episode. So that was kind of like a problem for me. I really didn't enjoy the deaths as much. I still found it hilarious. I found it funny. Tiffany is hilarious. She uses this other voodoo doll to pretty much enslave the guard to make her do what she wants her to do. So she's got her up under her little spell there. I thought that was a very smart move to go with Tiffany, because she I knew Tiffany was gonna she has her ways. She was gonna find a way to try to escape the prison. And I said this before, like, Tiffany's gonna escape. She's gonna escape by the second part of season 3. I just know she is. So, I mean, she could take it a little too far. We don't know. Guess we'll find out next year. Grant and Lexi, they hit it off, but things change very quickly when Grant finds out that Lexi and that really all 3 of them were using him to get Chucky. He was very hurt by that and betrayed by that. So I saw that coming a mile away. I don't know how that's gonna affect Lexi and Grant. I don't know if he's gonna forgive her after that. I don't know. But we'll see where that goes to.
Next year.
There's a moment in this episode where the president, he's like, it's obviously Chucky, but I think in his imagination, he's imagining it being Joseph, which is their dead son. So he was following him through this crowd of people in this room at this party, and he's thinking it's Joseph. He picks him up. That's kind of when, like, Jake and Lexi notice that that's Chucky. They try to get him from Henry. Obviously, that don't work out too well. After all that goes down, there's a huge chandelier in this room, and it's hanging over everybody in this room. And all of a sudden, it starts to shake a little, and then a screw drops down from this chandelier. And the nanny picks it up, and she's like,
oh, wait, what?
She just begins to catch on that this thing is about to fall on everybody and crush them. And that's like what happens. And you all can guess who was behind that.
This little menace.
It comes crashing down, kills a bunch of people. Honestly, I thought this is when we're gonna have a big death. I thought definitely Devin was gonna die in this episode, but Jake pushes Devin out the way and saves him. But I do feel like Devin is still gonna die in part 2 of season 3 of this season. I genuinely feel like it's either going to be Lexi or Devin, or it's going to be both of them. So I'll explain to you what I really didn't like about the whole chandelier crushing scene. There was the one chick that I remember from one of the previous episodes where she's kind of just like taking pictures of everything, and she's kind of just like snooping, trying to figure out what's really going on in the White House and who's killing. She was suspicious of Teddy's death being an actual suicide or not. That lady, she has red hair. She dies, and those practical effects looked amazing, but she took a picture of herself before she died. I thought that was just really goofy and stupid, but that happened. And then the nanny, just like Mary Poppins, and her face just kind of just like slides off, but the effects on that was just so sloppy. Like, I didn't like the effects on that. I just felt like it would look a lot different. It looked fake and CGI, and I just didn't like that. I didn't like it. I have to be honest, you guys.
I don't like that death.
But at any rate, that's what happens, and a bunch of people die, but no important people really die in this episode, so there's that. And we come to the conclusion of this episode. Chucky finding out that his little sacrificial offering to Damballa was denied. It was rejected. He looks so bad.
I swear.
The moment I saw his face, you guys, like, I died laughing so hard. And he would probably kill me if he was real.
He would probably kill me.
If he heard me laughing in his face like that, because I laughed so hard.
Please don't kill me.
He looks rough. He deserves this 100%, but I don't know. A part of me still feels bad for him. But yeah, so that's pretty much how this episode ends. Like, the ritual didn't work at all. It completely backfired. And even though Chucky killed multiple people with that chandelier crashing death scene, where he killed multiple people. It wasn't Jake, Devin, or Lexi, but he did kill like more than enough people. Don Bala rejected that offering, and I think I know why. It's not evil enough for him. He has to do something that's really diabolical, like really vile to probably one of his victims, like his longtime victims, like Andy, legacy characters. I don't know. He's probably got to go after them to really make this thing work for him to get Damballa to accept him, which is why I said in part 2, season 3, there are going to be some very important people that die. I hope that Chucky does not kill Andy or Kyle. I really don't.
Somebody within that trio is gonna die, okay?
Somebody's got to go. I'm sorry. I don't think it's going to be Jake. I have a stronger belief towards it being Devin than Lexi. So that, I'm going to leave that where that is. I am excited for part 2 of season 3. You know, with each season, it does get weirder and crazier, but even though there are some things that I don't like about certain episodes, even though like some of the effects could be a bit better, I do enjoy the series. Like, don't get me wrong. I have enjoyed this season. This season has been so much fun and so great. I just do wish they like worked a little bit more harder with the effects, as far as like not including CGI so that it looks more real, you know. In my opinion, I just feel like that would just work better. But at any rate, I'm not gonna complain about it because I'm still gonna watch it. And at the end of the day, like, I'm still gonna watch Chucky. I love Chucky. I am looking forward to seeing how Don is going to plan on finalizing this, and I do want to talk about the promo a little bit for part 2. It just feels like Devin is going to die. Like, it just feels like that. And really, the last image that I saw in this promo was Brad Dourif. Brad freaking Dourif would like full flesh human body Brad Dourif.
Oh no.
But it's Brad. They're probably going to do the same thing that they did in Seed of Chucky, where they have Jennifer Tilly. Tiffany possesses Jennifer Tilly's body. Something I did wonder when I did watch Seed of Chucky, like, okay, we see Jennifer Tilly. How come we don't see Brad Dourif playing himself in this movie? So that's probably what they're going to do in season 2. They're probably going to bring Brad Dourif within this universe. And Chucky is probably going to have no choice but to possess
Brad's body
in this universe. That might happen. My thoughts about the other possible way that they could bring Brad Dourif back in the flesh as Charles Lee Ray was bringing him back to life. They're not going to do that, but that's not even possible because Charles' remains they're just remains. He's just nothing but a skeleton. So that's not going to happen. I don't think that's possible. You can even do that with voodoo. Like, I'm not even sure if you could even do that with black magic like that. So, but, you know, within this franchise, I have come to accept that anything is possible because of all the crazy things that happen. So I don't know, maybe that could happen. You know, we might get a zombie Charles Lee Ray back. Judging by that promo, I don't think that's going to be the case because obviously Brad Dourif is old. Okay, he is old. We had old Charles Lee. It's not like they try to make him look younger or anything. It's Brad. It's Brad as he is. I do think they're going to do the same thing they did with Jennifer Tilly playing herself in Seed of Chucky. I think Brad is going to be playing himself within this universe, and Chucky is going to have no choice but to transfer his soul into Brad's body to possess him. And yeah, I'm actually very certain that Tiffany has already escaped prison because it looked like in the promo she wasn't even in prison. And yeah, that's really all I have to say, you guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that I've given you all the information about this episode that I could, and my thoughts on it, and just like what I thought could have been better about this episode. Overall, I did still enjoy it. I did like what they were bringing back to the table as far as voodoo goes. It reminded me of Child's Play when Chucky visited John and was pretty much trying to get him to tell him how to get out of the doll. And Chucky ends up killing him. He's killing him with his own freaking voodoo doll that he made to represent him. So that, I feel like that is great. I do feel like that's great that they're bringing that back. It was just done in a very silly way that I just wish they could take just an easy bit seriously, because I do like Scary Chucky. I love Child's Play. I love the first movie and Child's Play 2. I wish they would have took that a little bit seriously. But with Tiffany with her character, she's always been a campy character. So I'm not expecting too much for it to be too serious, because Tiffany has always been kind of like this wacky, campy character, and that's really her charm. That's really the charm of her character. That's the charisma that she just gives. And Jennifer Tilly is amazing acting like that anyway. So I'm not gonna complain too much. I still love it. I love it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see more content, you can look forward to it very soon. I'm gonna be buying some more Chucky merch, and I'm gonna be showing that off. I'm gonna do unboxings and everything, so you guys stay tuned to that. But until then, I will see you guys next year for part 2 of season 3, when the rest of the season starts rolling in with the last 4 episodes, and I'll be more than happy to make more videos and more reviews to tell you what I think of those episodes. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Say bye, Chucky, and happy Halloween, you guys.